Okay, it's finally time for the video where I'm going to show how to take apart the piston on the TWSBI Diamond 530. I'm going to start by showing how the piston is supposed to be placed or aligned in the barrel. I'll explain that further later, but I just want you to take note of how this is. I'm going to screw this back up. What you're seeing here is this plastic piece here, and coming out the top of that plastic piece is a thinner plastic piece. That would be the piston rod. The same piece is right there. And you'll notice how it's up inside the blind cap, but it's not jamming against the barrel end or the blind cap end. That is a properly aligned piston. That's what you want. So keep that in mind when I start putting the piston back together. This has some ink residue left in it because I'm going to fill it back up when I'm done. I just took the ink out for this video. So anyway, I could leave the cap on. Actually, I'm going to take it off anyway. To get started, you'll want to screw this down all the way. Then you're going to take the wrench that comes with the pen, which I think is a really great addition. It's even engraved with the TWSBI logo and the text on there. Really nice little feature that they added to the pen. I love it. Okay, I like to stick mine on, and on this circular barrel in here, right between the blind cap and the barrel, there's that black plastic piece. Has a flat spot on either side, right where the wrench fits on. That's where you put the wrench and it kind of stays on there. Then I just turn the blind cap down until it's kind of tight around the wrench. It's just something I do. Then you're going to unscrew it clockwise. The opposite of what you would think. Normally you unscrew counterclockwise. You're going to unscrew clockwise. So if you're holding the pen in your left hand, you're going to turn the wrench to the right. So it feels a little bit weird at first, like you're going to screw it into the barrel and break it, but you're not. Okay, keep unscrewing, and then pull it out. Okay, let's make this camera to focus. There you go. Pull this off. Then we'll break the piston down. First things first, unscrew the blind cap all the way. As you're unscrewing the blind cap, let's see if I can get this. That piece will just kind of fall out. Blind cap will come out, and out comes that piece. There's your piston, all four pieces. Okay, very simple. You have the outer sleeve that has threads for the barrel and threads for the blind cap. The inner sleeve that has threads for the piston rod, which goes inside the outer sleeve. Piston rod with the piston head on it. The seal, which goes in here, and then screws in like so. And then the blind cap, which goes on the back. So those are all the parts. Now, the important part now is aligning the piston together. When I say aligning, it means that when you reassemble this, you can't just stick the blind cap on and turn. See what happens? Okay. Focus. There we go. The blind cap is supposed to be screwed down to right at that point there, but it can't because the piston rod is jamming against the back end of it. That's a problem. How do we fix that? Got to align it properly. First, I take the piston rod out completely and start by sticking the blind cap on, screwing it down to about right. It's not going to show it. There, about right there, right above those two flat spots for the wrench. Then we take this in, we stick it in the hole in the end, and we screw down. Oops, didn't catch there. There, you want the threads to engage. Now I'm going to screw this down. Okay, now we have the other problem you can run into. This is screwed down all the way, but you're not getting a full fill of ink. You can still see there are exposed threads on there. So, to fix that, just unscrew it till that thing falls out, and then screw this back maybe a turn, turn and a half. Stick this back in, get the threads to engage again, and screw it back down. It's pretty good right there. You're getting a decent fill of ink, but still not quite where I like it. I like to get as much ink as I can. So screw it out, turn this back again just a little bit. Put that back in there. Okay, screw down. Nope, not quite. And this takes a little bit of adjusting and fiddling. What you want is, again, when the blind cap's screwed down all the way, you want the piston rod to be sticking out enough to where it's in there, but not hitting the back. And that can be hard to do at times. But it's doable. Okay. I think I got it pretty good right there. One thing I noticed is when you screw this in the pen, it actually gets a little bit looser. So right now it's actually lightly touching the back. When I screw it in, I think it'll pull away. I'm not sure of that. Let me just see if I can get it to not hit the back. Having a hard time getting that in there. There we go. Okay, that's perfect right there. Not hitting the back, but a little bit sticking out, as you can see there. And a good full fill of ink. That's what we want right there. Okay, now you're going to unscrew it again. Not all the way though. You don't want the rod to fall out or else you'll lose your alignment. Just enough to get the wrench on. Once the wrench is on, stick it in the pen, and before we do that, everything's all set up. You can put silicone grease on there. I don't like to use this stuff in the bottle because I think the bottle is too hard to use. It's kind of a fault. I use my own silicone grease, but just put a dab on there before you stick it back in. Normally I just greased mine the other day, so I don't need to do it again, but anyway, that'll keep it working good. Then just push it in there until the threads click, and once again the opposite of what you would normally do, you're going to screw it in counterclockwise. So just turn the wrench and get it snug tight, but not tight. Now screw it down. Once again, sticking out in the back, not hitting the back of the piston, getting a good full fill of ink. That's right where you want it. And that's all that's necessary to disassemble the piston, re-grease it, clean it, whatever you want to do on this pen. Very simple. Make sure you get that alignment right. I mean, what matters is if you don't get a full fill of ink, that's not the end of the world. You can tweak it until you get a full fill of ink, but what you don't want is this to jam on the back, because that will stop this from screwing down all the way, and it's just kind of a problem. So I hope that was useful. I hope that you'll be able to take your pen apart now with greater ease because of this video, and that's all for now. Enjoy.